Well, good morning, everybody. I've been wanting to do a little loop trail for the last several weeks. I really haven't had a chance to. It's called Compton Trail. It's down along the Buffalo. It goes down near Hemden Hollow, if you're familiar with that. There's a big waterfall down there. But I've been kind of wanting to do that loop for a few weeks now. And right now I have time, but the weather isn't going to be perfect. So I'm trying to get a early start this morning, get over there. It's about an hour and a half drive from here to the trailhead. And I think it's a little before 5 right now. And so maybe if I get going a little after 5, I'll get over there 6:30 or 7. And I think it's about a 5-hour loop, something like that. It's July right now, so it's not by far the ideal month to be doing this loop, but I'll show you kind of a few things I'm bringing here. I'm just traveling light, but bringing plenty of water. So we'll get this show on the road. Okay, I got backpack. Like I said, not a whole lot in there. A towel, got my toiletry stuff there. I've got my trekking poles, quite a lot of water to bring with, an apple and some cherries for snacks. I got some tuna fish there for lunch, which will probably be more like a late breakfast than anything else. I've got pretty much everything I'm going to need. Like I said, I'm traveling pretty light. Of course, I always come pretty much prepared. I got a towel in there. I may end up down by the river. I've got flashlight, lighter, all that kind of stuff, because you never know. You need to plan ahead on these trips. And I got my little sit pad there, or lay down pad, in case I need to take a little break. So I'm going to get this stuff loaded up in the car, and I'm going to check the chickens and everything this morning, and then we'll see if we can get on the road fairly early and get over there. So we're going to attempt here. Going to park here, coming down here through this little intersection. This is all along, a little bit slower till you get to the end, but a pretty long downhill here. All the way down. Sneads Creek is a really pretty little section there. You follow along the creek. Hopefully there's some water in it. By this little Evans White homestead. Then on down until you get down here by the river. This is the Buffalo River. And then you follow along the river about 3/10 of a mile. And then start the long climb back out up here. Now, if you're going to go to Hemden Hollow, the waterfall, that's this side trail right here, that's really cool waterfall. It's like 200 feet. I don't know that we're going to go there today. We'll have to see. But if not, you're going to continue up here. This is very steep, almost like a stair climb. About 1,200 feet of elevation gain from the river up, and you cross that little cross trail and then back up to the parking area. So it's like a long loop. I'm thinking I might try going down the steep way and then out the little bit easier way. Not a whole lot easier. This is pretty steep right in here. But I think I'll try doing that, mainly because this will be more in the heat of the day, and that would maybe be easier to take than the 1,200 foot stair climb out of there. So we'll see. First project is get over here to the trailhead, which is near Compton, Arkansas, south of Harrison. So we're going to get this show on the road here. Beautiful views from up here. I'm sure it's going to be a hot one today, but right now up on this, I think it's called like maybe Gator Mountain, something like that, but it's just south of Harrison. Breeze is blowing and it's not too bad, and the views are great. Makes it all kind of worthwhile coming out here today. Well, everybody, we have made it to the trailhead. It's actually cooled off. It's like 72 right now. There's a little bit of a breeze blowing. Honestly, it feels a whole lot better than it did this morning when I left the house. It's just about 7 o'clock. I have to put everything last minute stuff in the bag and we'll get headed down trail. Probably hit trail by 7. So pretty happy with that so far. I'm the only one here, so there's a good chance we'll be the first one down the trail. Maybe we'll see some wildlife out there if we're lucky. And I think I've decided to go ahead and go down the steep way, check out Hemden Hollow, and then maybe we'll come back the long way along the creek, and that's real pretty down there too. So if y'all are ready, let's get this underway here. Lots of stairs going down this way, and it's usually the downstairs that hurt my knees the worst. Going uphill doesn't bother me so much, except of course you get out of breath because it's a workout. But this trail just goes down and down and down for about the first 2 or 2.5 miles is when you lose most all of your elevation. So I'm just trying to take it easy this morning on the knees, and hopefully they'll hold out okay. If you go back and watch some of my old videos when I was on the AT, that's kind of what took me off the Appalachian, was all the downhills, and my knees just got so sore I couldn't continue. But I think I'll be fine out here today. I'll just take my time and we'll get down the trail. I know it's hard to see elevation on a camera or a phone, but that would be the climb if you were going up. It's just like a rock scramble all the way to the top. So luckily, I think there's a little bit of a slightly more level spot, and that would be the view off there into the fog, but the river valley's pretty well socked in this morning. All right, we are at about 1 hour right now coming down the trail. I'm probably more than halfway. It's pretty steep, so I'm not making real good time. I think it was 2.5 miles from the trailhead to Hemden Hollow. So I would say within the next 15 or 20 minutes, I'll probably get close to the turnoff for Hemden Hollow, and then you kind of follow a creek back to the waterfall. Keep my fingers crossed that there's some water in the waterfall that would make it a little more worthwhile. So we'll get on down the trail. Well, we made it to Hemden Hollow. It's not exactly a torrent coming off, but as you can see, it's very tall. It's like around 200 feet tall. So when it's flowing, from what I understand, it's the tallest waterfall between the Appalachians and the Rocky Mountains. Right now, it's more of a little shower. We'll go up there and check it out. I'm going to take a break here and rest up a little bit. I imagine when it rains a lot, this place is probably pretty noisy down here. Okay, that was a nice little dip in the river. That cooled me off. There's some other people down here swimming. So I think what I'm gonna do is, there's an abandoned house up here, just like a quarter mile or less. I think I'll head up there, probably get changed up there. And that would be a good place to stop and eat because I am getting just a bit hungry. So that's our next stop, up at the abandoned homestead. Okay, a little update on our map. Let's see here. We started up here at the parking area, came down here to Hemden Hollow. Then we came down the trail, down kind of a steep section to the river. Then we went along the river. Right here's where we took a, I can't get out of the shadow. Work on this side over here. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, we come down the river, took a dip right here. I came up here to this Henderson house, which is an abandoned homestead. I'll show you a couple pictures here in a second. And that's where I'm eating lunch, getting changed. And now we've got about 3.5 miles to get back to the trailhead. So my plan is to come up this Sneads Creek trail, which is, let's see, it's 8/10 to that turn off. Here's where you get off the trail and head up the real steep part. So you're about halfway home when you get this. My plan is to do this stretch next. Hopefully there's some water in the creek. I could take a dip there, cool off again because it is getting very steamy out here and sweaty. Then the last leg, which is really rough, is all the way up this. And you're gaining a lot of elevation for, like I said, it's 2.6 down to here. You're probably 1 3/4 miles or something maybe from here all the way up. Then it levels off a little bit up here before you get back to the trailhead. So that's the plan. Let's see here. We'll take a look at the homestead next, and then we'll get underway. Not much left in the house, but it's pretty sturdy. Very overgrown. That's the direction there. The trail heads off next. Eva Barnes Henderson is who lived here. She was born in 1892. We'll take a look around the house here in a second. Okay, off we go. This next stretch is slightly uphill for the most part, but not real bad. Like I said, it follows that Sneads Creek. So I'm hoping it won't be too bad of a stretch. By the time we get to the other end of the creek where the trail turns and heads up the hill, we'll be about halfway there. So that'll be good. At least half of it won't be too bad. To say the trail is overgrown in places, I think would be an understatement. In some places, it's kind of hard to even tell where it goes. So I'm just kind of guiding with my trekking poles, trying to keep the stinging nettle out and the briars, and hopefully I don't step on a snake. And I think I've got maybe a quarter to half a mile of this, and then I'll be out the other side, and I don't think it's too bad. Okay, found a nice shady spot to sit down here by the creek, dipped my hat in the creek. It's nice cool spring water, so it sure feels good. I'm gonna drink up a little more and then get heading on up. I'm about probably halfway or a little better to the point where the trail turns from the creek and goes up the hill. I'm sure gonna take a good long break there before I head up the hill, because it's getting very hot out here now. So anyway, gonna take about a 10-minute break here, camel up a little bit, and then head on up the trail up the creek. Oh wow. Woo! This is cold. Woo! Woo! Woo, that's cold. Woo, that is so cold. That feels good. Okay, well, we have reached the turning point, the end of Sneads Creek, where I turn and go up the mountain. Took a little jump in the spring pool there. Boy, it felt good. It's like ice cold spring water. It was almost hard to get into, but it sure felt good once I got cooled down. Soaked my hat and my towel in the cool spring water. I've got about 48, 50 ounces of water left. About an hour and a half climb up out of here. No places to really stop and cool off other than just in the shade. I'm not looking forward too much to that. It's about noon right now, and I don't know, down here by the creek it's not terrible bad, but I would say it's around 90 and humid, real humid. So we're gonna get this show on the road, get up that mountain. I'll show you anything there is cool to see along the way. Taking a little break. I'm about a third of the way up, maybe a little better in elevation. Trail is steep and rocky. I've noticed, like, if there's a section of the trail that they allow horses on like this, it's always just full of rocks because the horses kick them up. But anyway, I'm making my way up. Just taking a little break here. I have noticed one thing after that there was a horseback rider that passed me about a half hour ago. And ever since then, there haven't been any cobwebs across the trail, spider webs. So that's really nice anyway. So anyway, I take a little break here and then head on up. Kind of see how rocky the trail is here. Plus I just saw a big old pile of fresh bear scat about 100 yards back. So keep an eye out for bear. But yeah, just full of rocks. So you can't really look around a whole lot. You pretty much have to be washing your feet the whole time to not twist an ankle. Well, everybody, I made it back to the car. It took about 5 hours, I guess, to do the round. No,
6 hours to do the round trip, about 8 miles, so it took a while. This morning was nice. Started out about 7, and the weather wasn't too bad, but the coming up off of that creek bed, it was rough coming back up. But all in all, pretty good trip. I enjoyed it. Got to see a lot of nice scenery. It wasn't too crowded out there in July. Not too many people are out there hiking. But all in all, it was good. I'm glad y'all could come along with me. And hope y'all have a great week coming up, and hope to see y'all down the trail.